Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I am your host, the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius, and I'm glad you can join us tonight. Feeling good, and everything is just ready. Music is popping off. You know how things happen with technology. But I want to welcome you to the show. Got a very interesting, informative show tonight with my special guest tonight. What's going on, Smoke? Producer Smoke is in the building, and Denise, program director extraordinaire, is here. And I see some of you over. Hey, David Velasquez on Facebook and streaming live on YouTube and Facebook platforms all over. So, what I want you to do, guys, right now, before we get going, I need you to go to one of my pages, either my After Dark with Shawn Cornelius page, my personal page, Shawn Cornelius, or my YouTube channel, and share right now. Share this because there's somebody sitting around and they don't even know what's going down. So we want to bring them and get them involved. Good evening, D. Rowe. So tonight, this special type of show, I see On the Move with Miss Tony is in the building as well, supporting. Thank you so much. There's a big event going on in June of 2021. It's called the Black Excellence Festival. And I know you're saying June, that's next year, and it's like 7 months away or 6.5 months away. Why are we having this show? Because it may not be that when this show airs. And we want you to have all the information because it's one of the biggest events for us to get together and support each other and celebrate each other. And tonight, my special guest is one of the hosts. She's involved with the festival. She's going to come sit down with us and talk to us about it, give us information about it. And my team and I, we are planning on being a part of the festival. They also have a short film festival this year for the first time. And maybe she'll talk with us about that as well. And so it's 2 minutes after the show starts, which means you know what it is. It's time to bring our special guest on. And she's actually sitting all the way down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Please welcome Pierrea Javon.
Hi, how are you?
I made it sound special. I slowed it down to say it right, though.
Yes, it was good. I appreciate the effort.
Of course, no problem. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Blessed. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Oh no, this is going to be awesome. When I spoke with Brother Nathan, we talked about this, and I had already been speaking to him about the festival, and of course, why not? You know, you guys have been promoting it, going crazy. But I want my people that they may not know of it to know about it. So let's first of all find out a little bit about you, where you're from, and then we'll go into the stuff about the festival.
So, like you said, I'm in Charlotte. I'm from Charlotte, born and raised. I've lived in Charlotte my whole life, except for when I went to college, which right up the street. I went to Raleigh. And I majored in communications at NC State. Right now, I work for a bank, and I also am an aspiring host. Well, I am a host, and I have a Instagram account called Can We Take a Minute, where I talk about everything I like and love, and it's only in a minute. So basically, I'm a super kind of like positive person. Like, I'm not into all the gossipy blogs, but I like pop culture. So I wanted to kind of create a platform for me to talk about things that I was into, but they wasn't going to be messy, basically. And then I knew everyone only had a short attention span, so I only use a minute to talk about it. So every week I talk about things I want to talk about, and you can tell I'm a fast talker, so I can get it in. You know, some people are surprised how much I fit in a minute, but I enjoy it, and I just talk about things that I like and love. Try to put people on new books, new TV shows, some Black girl magic moments here and there. But yeah, I just try to make it quick, to the point, and keep people in the know about things.
No, you get it in. I honestly got to tell you, I was telling Denise earlier because I was watching a few of the videos. I'm like, she gets it in. Like, she talks so fast.
It's a gift and a curse, because I feel like growing up, I talk fast, and now it's kind of helping me. But sometimes I'm like, slow down, girl.
Yeah, I said, well, that's what I said tonight. Maybe she should be able. It's not. She has more than a minute to relax and talk. But if you got a minute, you got to get it in. That's great.
There you go.
I want to tell the folks right now already. Some of your folks that you work with are already chiming in, and you guys don't try to rush me putting up this information, Donna. Donna and all the rest of it, Jackie. I get it. I know what I got. They just throwing it all up there. So we're going to make sure we get all the information in, because I want everyone that's watching to know about this event, to be a part of this event and support the event. And the event is called this is it's your go. What is the event that you work with that we have you on?
It is the Black Excellence Festival, and this will be the first annual festival, and it'll be going down on Juneteenth, which is a big deal in itself. And I believe Juneteenth is the first year, maybe second year, that is being recognized in Atlantic City, where the festival will be held. So Juneteenth is being recognized as a national holiday. So that's a big deal. And it's a 2-day festival. And like the name sounds, it's, Black excellence will be on display. It kind of makes me think like Black excellence. Some people may say, what is Black excellence if you're living under a rock? But I think Black people are excellent. Black people are great. Black people are ambitious. They are creative. They're innovative. They're trendsetters. They, we hold the pulse to a lot of the things that happen. People want to be like Black people. And I just think the weekend is an opportunity to put our culture on display, through music, businesses, food trucks. The film festival, like you mentioned, will be a huge opportunity for Black people to kind of, get more eyes on their film and express their whatever stories they're telling. There'll be networking events. There'll be panels and workshops. Just parties, of course, Black people party. So it'll just be, everything, something for everybody. Whatever you're interested in, it'll be something for you there.
Right, and this is the fourth one?
No, this is the first. The film festival has happened before, but the Black Excellence Festival, I believe, is new.
Yeah, because I know this is the first. Is this? And again, nothing's wrong here. No questions. Okay. It's the first time in Atlantic City.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And actually, Nathan, who was the founder, you mentioned that earlier.
Yes.
He actually, I believe, was doing he was going to do the Women of Color and Men of Color Expo in 2020. And, like everything everybody was doing, it got canceled. So this is like a mega event, kind of merging those two ideas. And it's called the Black Excellence Festival. But the film festival is a part of it. Yes.
Yes, and I've spoken to a few people. I'll be popping up. Let me make nice with the VP and put this comment up. You got to be cool. You got to be cool. It's like, hello, Jackie. I'm the VP of the Black Excellence Film Festival Showcase. It's going down on June. Yes, and I also met Donna. I actually spoke with Donna and Nathan, and I guess I can say submitted to the film. I'm looking forward to that because that was one of the things we spoke about. That was happening when I first spoke with Nathan. And you guys keep putting up your information. I have no problem putting the information up on the screen while Pierre is talking. And again, now let's what exactly is your position with the film festival? Now, you told me when we first talked, you're a host or hostess. Now, when the film festival is going on, you'll be hosting events.
Yes. So right now, pre-actual festival, I'm assisting with like some of the social media content, kind of a little spin on my Can We Take a Minute, but bringing it to the Black Excellence Film Festival and telling people, what they need to know about things. I won't always just use a minute, but keeping people in the know about, new artists that are added to the lineup. When a lot of things get finalized and things to promote, I'll be kind of the face of that, saying those things. And then when the actual festival happens, hosting in whatever capacity is needed, whether it's like a panel, mediating a panel, or introducing an artist or something like that, I'll be there as well.
Okay, now there is something going on. Just tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I scroll Facebook periodically. That was going on recently in Charlotte. Did anything go on in Charlotte with the festival? I mean, I think I was on Brother Nathan's page, but he might have been traveling or whatever down there. But are there little things happening now, meetings and stuff that's?
Meetings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was in Charlotte, and there was a meeting with, I believe, everyone involved, some of the travel people and different people that have different roles in the festival. They did meet in Charlotte. So things are definitely in the works, getting rolling, because June really will be here before you know it, even though it's still technically 2020,
Yes, that's
things will be rolling. So
just one of the folks on the show, inside the show, were saying, because Tyler, it's already almost New Year's, so you know what I mean. This year is almost over. So let's break it down. You have vendors. Let's start there first. You have an opportunity for people to come and food vendors, merchandise vendors, correct?
Yes, there will be an opportunity. So there'll be like an expo, like kind of picture convention center, and there'll be booths, and you can rent a booth for one day or both days of the event, which is 2 days. And so vendors, like, if you have a business or maybe a nonprofit or you selling a product, anything like that, those vendors will be in the expo, in the convention center. And then also, like you said, there'll be food trucks. So if you own a food truck, you could be lined up on like the boardwalk, because it will be on the beach, Atlantic City Beach. So yeah, it'll be opportunities for business to be inside, get your name out there. And then also people have access to the Black Shoppers Network, which is basically a directory of Black-owned businesses. So that'll be cool too, especially, if you're coming from another place and you're getting a new audience for your business. So that's a big plus.
Okay, and is this where people can get all the information, the BEFfestival.com? Does that tell you everything that you need to know?
If you go to the BE Festival, you can find out a good overview, and there's also contacts to reach out to if you have other questions, like if you want to sign up for the film showcase or you want more information on it, or you're looking to sign up as a vendor or just book your tickets and travel. All that information will take you from there, from the website. Yes.
Okay, so we talked about the food vendors, we talked about the clothes. Now talk about some of the workshops, things that will be going on there.
So there will be workshops and panels that'll be really a vast variety of things, everything from health and wellness to like relationship talks, love. There'll be finance, opportunities to talk about finance, like finance workshops, entrepreneurial workshops and panels, beauty, what else? Economic empowerment. That's something in the Black community. There'll be workshops on that as well. So there'll be like an expert from a bunch of different industries and fields to kind of get out there and talk and answer people's questions as well. Because, when you do like panels, they do give a chance for people to ask questions. So it'll be a lot of opportunities for every industry to kind of get their face out there in front of all the Black people that'll be there.
Right. Now the numbers, you guys average really big numbers and nice numbers at the festival yearly. And so how do you feel the pandemic, depending on where we are? I know obviously we're not going to know where we are in June, but let's just say things are still trickling where they're going. Obviously you have to be pandemic protocol. And how do you deal with something like that with such a festival that can bring thousands of people?
Right. Well, that's true. Every day is, we don't know, we're guessing. And there is of course, business wise, there are things in place if something was to go, completely left with the coronavirus or something like that unexpectedly. But there is an opportunity for people, so people can come in person. There is also opportunity for people who are not ready to travel or, are still apprehensive. You can attend it virtually as well. So that'll be good as far as those like workshops and panels that we mentioned, and then access to the Black Shopping Network. You can do all that stuff still from home if you don't want to, travel to Atlantic City, of course. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
they have Corona protocol there as well, of course, for the state and the venue. So things like that will be handled if you are in person.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I know when now they tell you a percentage of how many people can come into an event, and I don't know. They're waiting as we go down into next year to see where things are, and hopefully things have kind of loosened up a lot more, because this is an awesome event and this is a family event. As well. Correct. And it's in New Jersey, it's in Atlantic City, it's in the little gambling areas. If you can, let's talk about the film festival really quickly. Then we'll go into some more stuff about the details. This is the first year, and right now I understand it's just short films can be entered at this moment. Is that correct?
Yes. The short films, and there's plenty of genres. So any genre, it could be a music video, comedy, drama, any type documentary, anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, and is there a specific? I know I just posted it up with Donna, put it up as far as the Film Freeway. I'll put it up again so that people can see. If you are a filmmaker, just take this and go to filmfreeway.com and look it up, and you can submit your works. Is there an opportunity though for feature films and bigger films? I know right now it's just a short film, but as we get closer, is there going to be an opportunity for a feature film category?
I believe that people are in conversation to try to get that to happen. I don't want to say that it's for sure, but I do think it's something that's on the radar. It's something they want to expand, and they're aware could be another opportunity for films in the showcase. So kind of.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. And how long have you been involved with this whole deal again?
I've been involved 2 months, maybe.
Oh, you fresh.
Yes, I know.
Girl, you're talking like you've been down forever. That's good.
Look, you gotta, be ready. Stay ready.
Yeah. You always gotta wait for that opportunity to get it in. That's cool.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
you
I was gonna add one thing about the coronavirus thing.
sure, go ahead.
Another plus about it is that it is outside. I know me myself, I'm comfortable with outside events and eating outside and things like that. So I mean, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be June, but that's something to keep in mind that you'll be on the boardwalk. There'll be a lot of kind of like what do you call it? Like places that are kind of like continuous, walking in and out. So that'll be a plus too when you're talking about groups of people. So yeah.
And what do you guys, and I know you talk with Nathan and Donna and Jackie and all these people, what's the goal? What do you want people to, you breezed over some things in the beginning. Tom, what do you want people to get from this festival? What would you like people to walk away from the festival feeling?
I think we want people to walk away feeling empowered, feeling, like I said, one of the panels or workshops will be about economic empowerment, feeling like you kind of got better tools to maybe run your business, maybe to go back to your city and make a change, maybe rally some people together just to kind of inspire people, I think, to empower people, to give people, but at the same time, give people opportunity to have fun because we all just, went through a long year. And then just to be around people that make you feel good. I mean, it's like going to a family reunion. When you get around people that look like you and have the interests like you, or they don't, and maybe you meet some new people, just feeling kind of revived and going back home and feeling like that was fun. I want to go back next year because it was just fulfilling.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's what we want to do, especially culturally. You don't mind inviting, other folks, other cultures. But you want us, because we have to continue to do that. We have to continue to attach, yeah. The strings and the cultural strings, and continue I'm probably a bunch older than you. Remember when things were a little bit different in the culture, and it is taking a turn. So things like this festival will bring us together, and it's a positive thing.
And I think it's also a good thing to kind of going like that Black people are in control of the Black Excellence Festival. Like it's something that's showcasing us, but by us too. And sometimes we have, other hands in the pot, and it may be marketed to Black people, but does it really have Black people's best interests in mind? I think the Black Excellence Festival is really about kind of resurrecting that feeling of excellence in Black people from Black people.
Okay, good conversation. So to you, what exemplifies Black excellence? What is that definition to you?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Well, you did that. You did that.
But I really feel that we're just so innately excellent. Like I think that as a whole, we can be sometimes down, but we're never counted out. I think that we are just really resourceful people, optimistic people, funny, innovative, creative, all the things that resilient. And I think when we get together, whether it's for a festival, to put on a community, to a community organization, whether it's politically to help raise a family, I think when we get together and we're on one accord, there's like nothing that Black people cannot do. And I just feel like Black excellence is something that's natural to us. And sometimes we get a little mixed up in some other things, or we want to be portrayed, people portray us as other things. Right. But I think Black excellence really is just, it's almost like when people talk about representation. We want to see it because we know it exists. A lot of other people don't know it exists, but the representation is kind of reinforcement for everyone else to see, yes, Black women can do this, Black men can do this, Black families are this. So I think it's something that is normal to me, but other people.
Right. Right. No problem. I get it. I think Brother Nathan is trying to log on now. He's telling me, no, look, I'll catch the replay, can't log on. And I just want to say this, you won't be able to log on if you don't have the link. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but I have to send the link out to you, so I'm gonna probably have to do that at some point for him.
Okay.
I didn't know he wanted to come on. He said he was sending someone to sit down and talk. So maybe he's getting a little antsy now, and he sees how.
He's trying to come on the interview.
He's come on. Yeah, I believe he's trying to come into the interview, and he can't do it unless he has the link. So we're gonna try to get him on here before the show is over. If you got the link right in front of you, you can just share the link.
Well, no, he asked, I thought he thinks the interview is a link. Like, well, to watch it, because he says anybody watching, I can't find a link. So
Yeah, no, just kind of tell him, yeah, because he just inboxed
okay,
me like I'm not doing a show right now, so like I'm supposed to be,
okay,
like I'm
I got
supposed to be
you.
reading all his inboxes at this moment.
Right.
But just tell him, yeah, to come to one of the pages, or if he wants to come sit in, he has plenty of time. We can get the link over to him, and he can come in and join if he wants to. But I didn't think he wanted to.
Okay.
We usually have questions too from our folks. So this one was from Derek. Why was New Jersey picked to have this event?
I believe that was a connection that Nathan had, an opportunity that was presented to him. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't want to misspeak, but yeah, I think it was an opportunity that presented itself to have it in Atlantic City, I believe.
Okay, all right, yeah, and it's no it's a thing because we have a lot of folks who are now getting information who are first time hearing of it and are interested. Okay, here's the response.
Oh,
Here's the
okay.
response, Derek. New Jersey was picked because it's the first state to honor the Juneteenth holiday.
Okay, I knew that, but I didn't know if I was picked. But okay,
very
yep.
Good reason. Good reason.
It is great.
You on your toes. You on your P's and Q's, Jackie. Thank you so much for being right here waiting. But that's awesome. So we know it's coming in. It's the whole weekend. It's the 18th and 19th. It's coming up. Are you guys going to be doing any pre stuff? Or is it just that weekend? Is it just Friday and Saturday? You go down that weekend, or is there anything happening prior to?
Prior to, there'll be like promotional things, artists that'll be there, or even some film producers or directors who've submitted their films. There'll be opportunities to kind of, with me, do like little interviews to kind of put it, promote to their audience and to ours, to kind of provide more content and context around it. So there'll be opportunities for people that'll be at the event to kind of put their name out there to give the audience an idea beforehand. Yeah, but all the things we talked about, those will be happening just on that Friday, Saturday.
Okay, cool. I got another idea. It just came to my head. I need for Denise, she's listening, that's my program director. If Nathan will send his email address, or we can get his email address, I'll have her forward him the link for the show, and he can come in.
Okay.
At some point, all right? So I hope he's out there listening. If he's not, Jackie or Donna, if one of you guys can put his email address up, Denise can get it, and she can send him the link, and then we can rock and roll. I'm really appreciative of this because, again, we can't let certain things stop us. And you only take a minute and try to figure stuff out. And because of the pandemic, people still trying to do what they do, and provide whether it's entertainment, education, a platform for this. And I think this is one of the most awesome things about this. When I was speaking to Brother Nathan and trying to connect on and get information about it, is Charlotte, Jersey. I know Charlotte is a part. Do they have plans? And Jackie or Don or someone else can answer if plans for this in the future. Let's jump past June, and let's find out if some spots and things that you're thinking about doing this again. Is it because it's just a yearly thing? Right?
Yeah,
it's an annual.
The Black Excellence Festival will be an annual thing. I'm not sure if there'll be other film showcases in different cities, but the Black Excellence Festival itself will be a reoccurring thing in Atlantic City.
Okay, and that's awesome. Yeah, because I did hear that there were some other things that Nathan was going to announce, considering with the film stuff, and you're just continuing to build it and to build it up. We have the event. Okay, here's some information from Jackie. We have the event location for 3 years. Okay, so it'll be in Jersey for 3 years. If I'm understanding that, and that's cool. So it could be like a residency for 3 years there, which is cool. Okay, cool. No, that's great. Give me some other things that are involved, like in detail. You talked about food vendors. We talked about merchandise. We talked about some of the film stuff. What else did we not talk about? Is there I know you said parties, of course, fashion shows, like give me some details. So
now there will also be opportunity, you may already know this about the film part of it. There will also be opportunity for the people that are creating films to attend a master class to get some kind of information and questions answered, and just to kind of soak in knowledge about their industry. So I think, that'll be a great opportunity. And then what else will there be that we haven't discussed?
Like what other categories of maybe entertainment or media? I know you'll have. What about folks that are trying to become? They want to cover the event as media. Is there still an opportunity
Yes.
for them?
Yes, there is opportunity for them as well. And actually, if anyone knows, anyone listening, or if you or anyone knows of any other personalities that would like to work at the festival, or kind of like what I'm doing, like interviews as well, leading up to, there's opportunity for that. So any personalities or hosts that want to be in the media aspect of it can do that as well. And they can go to dbefestival.com, and there's an email address on there that you can reach out to, or they can reach out to me. Can we take a minute at gmail.com? And we can handle that. But yes, we are looking for other personalities, and really plenty of things can be filled. Artists, if anyone knows of any local artists that are looking to get on a larger platform and want to be, involved, it'll be a great opportunity if you're, just local right now, to get somewhere where people are coming from all, different states. And just like I think we're estimating like 10,000 people. So if you're an artist of any kind, you double dutch, you sing, you draw, you make films, anything, it's a huge opportunity to kind of get your name out there and network and connect and meet people in the traditional sense and the networking events, but also like at the parties and just on the boardwalk. So it'll be a huge opportunity for anything you do to kind of connect with new people.
Yeah, see how you never know who's what. Hello, Kim Anderson. Kim says, me, I can host.
You can email me at here we go. Can we take a minute at gmail.com? Yes.
Yeah, Kim she has a personality. So, Kim, you heard the information, send her the information. And there's the email address, and that's cool. So usually in a couple of minutes I'm gonna take a break.
Okay.
But let's go back and make sure that we haven't forgotten anything that the people need to know. So first of all, June 18th, 19th, Juneteenth weekend, 2021, Atlantic City, New Jersey. All the information for Hotel Guide. I did see the flyers. People should act now. Am I right,
yes.
Pierre? They should act now. Why?
You should act now because you need to lock your seat in. Also, if you're someone that wants to become a vendor at the expo, or you want to enter the film showcase, you should act now as well. The film showcase, I believe, has like an early bird special. So that's good if you want to get in now. But really, you want to solidify that you can come. It's going to be an amazing opportunity. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be fun. So you don't want to wait around and, not get a room on the boardwalk. You want to be able to attend all of the events that they have. So yeah, you definitely want to act fast.
And since we're talking Black excellence, that means being early or on time.
Yes.
All jokes aside, because sometimes when we choose to be on time, I was taught you're still late.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we have a tendency to like slide in, and then we start complaining. So you guys are giving them ample time to get their make the reservation.
When we talk about all the opportunities that's going to be here, you need to be on your A game. If you are a business, or you're a film producer, or you're an artist, if you're serious about your craft and you're looking to take advantage of this opportunity to be on a bigger stage, don't wait till the last minute. Let's be better than that. Right.
Because you don't want to wait and go, well, let me just see. I'll wait a couple of months before, see if this thing's going to go down. Because I understand you don't have to pay for any, like as far as the show, Jackie just put that up, the early bird special for the showboat. You don't have to pay for it. You just have to reserve your stuff at the moment. Is that correct? Is that a correct statement?
Yes. I believe you reserve it. Yes.
Okay. And she broke that down. I was getting ready to say $9.99 for what? And here it is: access to all events and the hotel for the whole weekend, for the 2 days. And is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
See, and that's we definitely need to. You guys, I'm gonna leave that up for 1 second, so you have that information. Write it down, or go back to the site and you can check it out. And there is a $300 deposit for for this situation for your passes in the hotel. Okay, cool. Non-refundable. Okay, let me just ask a question that somebody would ask. If something and I'm sure it's going to go down. If I put my deposit of stuff down and it doesn't happen, there is refundable, correct?
I do not know about that.
Well, I was actually throwing that question to Jackie.
Yes.
She said non-refundable because of certain situations. I guess that means you can't cancel or whatever. If you decide to cancel, then it's non-refundable. But if certain things don't go a certain way,
right.
something has to be understood. All right, and I'm just thinking like
Yeah.
everybody. You know what
No,
I mean?
yeah, we just went through unpredictable years. So you're right. Well, who knows
Right,
what's
because
gonna
you
happen
never know what's going to go down. But let's
Yeah.
just say, word to God, everything is going to go proper. You put your money down, everything's going to go good. I believe it's going to be a fantastic opportunity.
Yes.
And one more time, because that means I'd have to go back through these. I'm going to put up the information. All right, there. All right, and I'm going to put up your information really quickly, where people can actually get to you and communicate on some things. All righty. And you guys got everything basically that you need to have to connect with this young lady and or her staff or everyone. So basically that's where we are. All right. So Pierre, here we go. This is what we normally do around this time. Right
Okay.
around this time, we usually take a quick break and we come back and I put my guests on the romantic funny man's love seat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that means, we get into it. And by the end of the show, we'll still come back and bring back more of the information about, we'll have all the information where people can connect and be a part of this. And I want to put this up because Jackie, that will be a question for Nate, and Nate will have to answer in regards to refunds. Okay. Well, let's just say there won't be a need for any refunds. Yeah, let's just say that. I was just throwing it out there, playing devil's advocate. But there are people out there who probably have that question about things.
Yeah. But also to the point what I mentioned earlier, hopefully, you never know what can happen. But if it was something where people could not make it, they do still have the opportunity to attend virtually. So you wouldn't lose, the things that you signed up for.
Okay, and that's great. That's cool. All right, great. So yeah, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We're gonna ease out of this. We'll come right this. You're not gonna leave, right? You've done so well.
No, I'll be here. Okay,
I'll be here. Sometimes the love seat scares people. I don't know,
Oh no, I'm not scared. So I don't get scared.
We're gonna have some fun. Okay, cool.
Okay.
We'll have some fun. We'll take a quick break. Come back with more. Yeah. Javon, and we're gonna put her on the hot seat. I acted like I was swallowing so I could get it right. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. You played it off.
There you go. So we'll be right back with more After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. My guest Pierrea Javon is still hanging out with us, and we're going to put her on the love seat for a little while, like we do all the guests in the second half, and the folks enjoy this part of the show. So really simple. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. First question: what is your definition of love, and why is it important to you?
My definition of love is, that sounds like it should be an easy question. I think that love is understanding. I think love is understanding. When you love someone, you understand they may be having a bad day. You understand they may be trying. You understand they're not perfect. You understand that they're growing. And I think you approach things in their situation, any things in the situations y'all may have with understanding. I think that's when you really love someone. And I think love is important because people want to be understood. I think that's the number one thing that people want. I think people want to know. Oprah said this before. I can't take credit for this. But Oprah said that everyone wants to know, did you hear me and do I matter? And I look at things like that. People want to be understood. So that's why love is important.
All right, good one, good one. What is your definition of romance, and why is that important?
Romance, I think, is I don't want to say superficial, but I would say romance is like the physical manifestation of sometimes people's love. So romance isn't always roses and music. I think, people's love languages are different. My romance may be a compliment or my romance, depends on flattering me or whatever. So I think romance is the physical or the outer representation of love. So the person knows it.
Okay.
And it's important because you can love me all day. You'll never tell me, you'll never express it. Then you might get left.
Right. Well, you said something important. It's a love language.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand first of all, you got to understand your romance definition and your love definition before you can even try to understand anybody else's.
Correct.
So that's a very important thing. Okay. And since you said that,
and you have to know that the person, don't give that person your love language. That's what we often do.
Right.
What we usually we do to people.
All right. So on a scale, since you have a good understanding of that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic are you?
I would say, this is so bad. I would say I'm probably a 5 or a 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
You look like you're thinking about it for a second.
Well, because I'm thinking, I just got married. I got married at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you. I'm looking at my life, but my life is we're married in a pandemic. So everything is up for grabs, basically. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of what my husband would say or kind of look back, over this year. And I'm like, maybe I'm a 5 or a 6. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So what now you got to pick 5 or 6. And you can be a little bit, self, it's cool.
I say I'm a 5. I'll be real with myself.
Okay, you're midway.
Yeah.
All right, and that's fine. So now, if you say you're a 5, give us an example of something that would make you a 5 that you've done in your romantic life. Something that you can tell us. An example of it.
I would say, well, for me, like my husband's love language is gift buying. So I think to him, he feels loved if I was to surprise him with a gift. And I've gotten him gifts. The reason I say I'm a 5 is because I've gotten him gifts that he's wanted, but I think he would like more just because gifts. So that part would take you more to like more romantic, I think, in his eyes. So I think the gifts are cool. It's almost like when you expect a gift, is it really, that romantic type of thing? But I still think he values it because he likes gifts. So I could be better. I could be more than a 5 if I was doing more, spontaneous gift giving.
All right. Well, you got time. At least you know yourself, and your husband is teaching you a little bit about yourself as well. Yes. All right. Give me 3 things that attract you to a man.
I like a man that is versatile. I used to say this in college all the time. Well, I went to a predominantly white school, and I used to say, like, sometimes people don't want to go into environments they're not comfortable with, or where they, God forbid, I dated a guy that didn't want to put on dress shoes. Where can we go? You got to wear sneakers everywhere. I'll never forget one time he said, I'm only getting dressed up for funerals or a wedding. And I was like, well, God forbid we have to go to a funeral. So I used to say, I wanted a man that was versatile. And with that, the other one I would say is confident, because I think that is what you need to be in, multiple environments, to be secure in, who you are, not be afraid of like looking dumb or, not that it shouldn't even be like in your mind. And then confidence too, for me, is I'm a very outspoken and life of the party type of person. I will dance to every song. I will do karaoke. Sometimes people can be like, she is doing too much. But if you just can appreciate me enjoying life and you secure and I'm secure, then we can have a good time.
Right.
And the third thing, I would say I like someone that's, I would say open. I didn't really know I liked like a man being open until I met my husband. It's like when you don't have to guess what somebody is wondering or what they express themselves, as they go along. You're not kind of, looking for hints and making assumptions, because then that's when, things get dangerous. So I would say confident, can be versatile, and open.
Open. And you kind of would connect that with being your communication, because not having to guess and someone can talk to you and express to you how they feel is definitely it's a good sign. Okay, that sounds good. Let's jump to the other side of the spectrum. What are 3 things you don't like about men?
I guess going with what I said about when you don't want to go somewhere, I think sometimes men are too like macho. Like you can't step out. You're too worried about if something is, you know, showing you being weak or less manly or less this. And it's like, you need to just be able to have fun with your girl, or just, and it's levels to it. But sometimes some men can just, kind of cut themselves off from experiencing things because they think, my boys would say this about me or something. Like, I don't like that. I hate that. Another thing I don't like is, well, this is, I guess, the world we live in. People that do too much on social media. I think that is one of the biggest turn offs. Like, because like I said, I am a kind of life of the party person. So I may be dancing on Instagram. I may be doing the newest, dance challenges. But that's me. And if you were to see me outside of social media, you would say, oh, she acts just like her Instagram. I hate when you meet people and they're talking a bunch on social media, never talking at the party, or never, I like people that social media has just made people be completely different. So I just think it's a huge turn off to see like a man just kind of doing the most on social media. It's very strange to me. And the other thing I don't like,
that's pretty good if you have to think about it. I just want to say that. I'm sure they'll come to you if nobody's asked you this question, you just can ramble off. But now you gotta, that's kind of.
Well, I mean, I think the social media one is something I would talk about with my friends all the time. Like just someone we went to school with, like, what is he doing? Sure. So that one was kind of easy. And then the first one was opposite of what I said before. But I'm like, I don't know what else I don't like. Maybe not like materialistic. Like I don't like boy or girl. I don't really like people who feel like they're better, better than someone, or I guess men can sometimes feel like if they buy you something and you should be good. I don't like that at all because I wasn't raised like that. So to me, it's a huge turn off to think that that's where your mind is at.
Yeah, I mean, and right. Yeah. These can be general, but for the specifics of the question, yeah, that's cool. All right. All right. Here's one that might get you a little. You have to move around in your seat. You respect, trust, and honesty are three things that we know that are important for relationships, for successful relationships. Respect, honesty, and trust. For right now purposes, you have an opportunity to take one of those out of your relationship and the relationship still last and be successful. Which one would you remove?
Well, I'm definitely keeping respect because I say that all the time. Respect is important. Honesty or trust? I will take out trust. Only because I think if someone's honest with you, you'll build trust. That'll kind of come in. But I think I've never really been I've never dealt with like trust issues. I'm very intuitive. I trust my gut and my gut never steers me wrong. And I always felt like if anyone did me wrong, it's only my fault if I stick around. Like if you did me wrong once and I go, I wouldn't be ruined with trust for everyone. So trust never been like a huge thing for me. I get to know people. I think I have a good discernment. I don't usually steer myself wrong. So I just never really feel like someone is so untrustworthy. So I say I'll get rid of trust. It's not that serious.
No, it's cool. All right. Here's a little fantasy. You're walking down the street in Charlotte. You see a bottle in your way. So you kick the bottle. Out of the bottle comes a genie. Okay. The romantic funny man genie pops out.
Okay.
He's a low budget genie, and he says to you, Pierrea, I will give you one wish. I have one wish to give. It has to be with love. What would you wish for?
Like one wish in my love life.
Basically, yep.
One wish in my love life. Wow. I kind of would say, I don't even know if this is a wish, but sure. I would wish that everything, I don't know if it's better communication, but that everything will be understood. like when you say something and you feel like you're just saying it so plain and the person doesn't get it, or you don't feel, whatever, like that's frustrating for me. So I would, if everything that I said could be understood, I don't think I would have a problem in the world.
You want the other person to be able to understand everything you say.
Everything I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, if we got to go both ways, I'll understand them too. But
No,
it's
your wish. You can do whatever you want to do. But I was laughing because some women that I've encountered have a tendency, if you still say to them, yeah, no, baby, I understand, I get it, then what am I trying to say then? You don't understand me.
Right.
But hopefully in this wish, that'll be an equal understanding.
Yeah. That's funny. That does happen.
Okay, all right. That's a good one. All right, very good. What advice, you just got married, so this is a good time for this question. What advice would you give females first about dating and in acquiring a successful relationship? What advice?
Oh, child.
You sounded older. Oh, child.
I know. Let me tell you. I would say, well, I used to say this. I would say being intentional. When I decided, I didn't have a real serious relationship. Like I wasn't into dating that much as a younger person. So when I decided I wanted to meet someone, I was open. I dated. If you asked me out, I went. It's just, what's the worst that could happen? One bad date, you don't go again. So I was very open. I knew what I was, going for. And the other thing I would say is that when you're dating, don't try to make people fit if they don't fit. Sometimes women want to fit somebody in a box or fit them into their world, or, they get signs that they don't fit and you carry on. Then your excuse is you spent all this time. Well, nobody didn't tell you spent all that time. You knew before. So I just feel like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and take your losses and move on. I would rather be looking for the right person than be with the wrong person for longer than I should have. And a lot of women, I think, make that mistake trying to, it's like, there's no prize for staying around longer.
No, right.
So,
right.
I hate that.
Okay, so let's flip it. That was good advice. What advice do you have for men about dating women, especially today?
For men, I would say be intentional too. I would say be intentional, and dating now, like, I don't try and follow me on Instagram and don't try to talk. Like, you can meet people on social media, but it was a time where I would go out and a person would ask for my Instagram name instead of my phone number. And to me, that was just kind of like, because then you think you know me, you looked at my Instagram, whatever. And that's just kind of weird, but that's kind of the world we live in. But I would say be intentional for sure. If you want to take her out, take her out. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Call, don't text in a roundabout way and ask a million questions. And the question is, can we go out tonight? I think a lot of times girls who are tired of dating, those things are quick exits. Like, because I can't deal with this. Like, just be upfront and be intentional, and be consistent. I used to say all the time, you can't be consistent. Even if you're bad, if you're consistently bad, it's on me if I keep dating you. But be consistent, be the person that you want to be and keep showing up as that person. And I think, the relationships will work out the way they're supposed to.
Okay, and I know you're in a new marriage, a fresh marriage within a year, but I know you probably have some ideas. You might have sat down and talked with your husband about things. We've talked about a few things that we know are solid foundations for relationship success. Give me 3 things that we might not have talked about within this conversation that you think are essential for a successful relationship or a successful marriage.
Well, successful marriage, I'm still working on that one. But to get to the marriage, I can tell you how to do that.
I ain't trying to put you on the spot. And I want to let you know one thing. I did see somebody walk past the door, so I hope that was your husband.
Yes, it was.
With no shirt on and his whatever shorts. I didn't want to say anything then. You didn't say it, but I have to say it. My 28 years of being a comedian would not allow me not to say it. I was waiting for the right time. And I'm like, who the hell is walking past?
Oh
I hope
Lord.
that is her husband in them shorts.
I guess when he heard the break, he thought we was going
Hey,
off. He
don't
came on. I said, oh,
tell him,
okay.
look, all he got to do is say, hey, babe, I just want to come in and peek on the camera. You ain't got to walk through. You know, who's watching? Or we talk about black excellence, and here he goes.
You say if you want to show your body off, just say that.
Yeah, we can have a segment for that. That is one thing that's not going to make this successful marriage. Walking
Oh
through
God.
I'm sorry. You know what that reminded me of? You see the commercial where the husband he thought he was having like a Zoom, but he
Yes,
wasn't, and he
comes
came
out
out
with
in his hands on that. I'm sorry, that was funny. I had to tell you. All
Oh
right.
God.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you think of the things that
Oh,
are?
that made my cheek
But you
hurt.
know what's so funny? You sat there like you didn't see it. I know you saw him walk past that
Well,
door.
the thing was that the break ad was up when he came out, so I waved him back, but you caught the end. So
Yeah, when he was.
I had to be ready. I don't know what he was doing,
Oh
but I
my
had to be
God.
ready.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That was funny to me.
What was the question?
It was 3 things that are essential to
Oh
a
yeah.
successful relationship. Things that we haven't mentioned.
I would say things that we haven't mentioned.
Yeah, because we mentioned love, we mentioned romance, we mentioned trust, respect, honesty. So there's other things that are essential. See if we can come up with three of those.
I think that growth is essential. I have learned this in 9 months of being married. The hardest thing about being married, when you first get married, everybody says marriage is hard, but it's worth it. And nobody ever tells you what's hard. You're like, what's hard? It's like, it's just hard.
Right,
and,
right.
you know, and I used to be so annoyed, like, give me an example, you know. But what I learned, especially in the pandemic, because we were supposed to get married on Friday and we had a lockdown on Monday. So our wedding got canceled and we got married and we was just dropped in the house with each other and that's it. So what I have learned is that you have to be open to growth because it is going to be hard. And the challenging thing about marriage is that whatever you're working on, you're going to be met with it every day. Like I can live by myself and say, oh, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to yell, but nobody's at my house challenging me. Nothing's happening. You know, you're not being tested. So you keep constantly being reminded of what you said. And the person may say, I thought you said you weren't doing that no more. You know, so now you all angry. So you have to be open to growth. And I think you also have to be open to forgiveness because you're going to be forgiveness, I think, is probably the biggest thing. A lot of times people want to forgive people and they just don't. They hold a grudge. And you have to kind of, you know, we was in this house for 9 months. We can't be angry for, you know, a big period of time. It'll feel like forever. So you have to be willing to forgive. You have to be willing to grow. And I think you have to be willing to compromise, which sounds just a mouthful just saying it. But, you know, compromising is like, and a lot of times people think compromising is, I don't care, do what you want to do. And that's not really compromise because you're still unhappy with the situation. Compromising to me is you give a little, I give a little. Neither one of us gets completely what we want. And I do think there's going to be times where someone is indifferent and that's fine. But if you say you're indifferent and you still have a little attitude about it, you're not indifferent. So I think compromise is huge to move forward because if not, people will hold a grudge and feel like they didn't get what they wanted and you don't care and this is unfair.
No, you're actually right because again, we all have our understandings and our own definition of things. You know, like if you're having some kind of discussion and one partner says, "You know what? You made me feel this way." You can't get it right if you say, "Well, that's not what I did." I said, but I'm telling you how you made me feel. You can't accept what you know. It's a bunch of things that you have to try to work at. I was married before, so I kind of understand a lot of stuff.
No, you hit it on the head with that. That's how you made me feel. Because a lot of times people want to be defensive because that's not what they meant. That wasn't their intention, or they think you're overreacting. But if that's what the person say they feel, as much as you may be annoyed, that's what it is. You know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Accept that and try to do better and go, you know what? Instead of saying, but that's I wasn't my intention. Okay, it wasn't your intention. Yeah. But this is basically what it was. And you don't fault me for my feelings. Like you don't want me to fault you for yours. You know, exactly. Go, hey, listen, all right, I'll work on that. We need to get our languages, like you talked earlier, together. Yeah. You know what I mean? All right. You know, you're doing really good. You're doing really well. Thank you. If you're having little wiggling issues and you're not showing the heat, man. I'm rusty tonight. So I got to get it going. Okay. So we got a few more minutes left. So I'll take the few minutes really right now, and then I'll go into my last part. No, let's do that. Let's do that right now. I have a game I call favorite sevens. Let's do the favorite sevens right now, and because you've done very well. So I'm just going to call some
It's
things
funny.
up.
When you said I did well, it's funny because the hardest question to me was, what is love? I've never even thought really what that was. The other questions I could work my way through.
You would be amazed at some of the questions that people get stumped on, especially the one about taking out one of honesty. Respect. That one gets people a lot of times, and people feel they know themselves and they know love. But when you start talking to them about, well, what's your romantic level? Or give me a sample of that, or 3 things, or what would you ask a genie for? They kind of get woof. But you're doing okay. We breezing through it. All right, favorite sevens. Here we go. I'm gonna shout something out. You just give me a favorite. All right.
Okay.
Favorite food.
Seafood. Any type of seafood.
Okay. Favorite song of all time.
I have two.
I'll give you 2. It's your interview. You can take 2.
Let's Get Married, the remix is one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Jagged Edge. And I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston. That song would just lift my spirits no matter what. I could just dance around the whole house.
Okay. We know you like to dance on and sing.
Yes.
So, okay. Favorite movie all time.
Favorite movie. I'm not a huge movie person, but we'll go with Love and Basketball. I can watch that movie all the time.
Okay. All right. Favorite book you've ever read?
More Than Enough by Elaine Welteroth. I read that this year. She was the youngest Black woman editor at Teen Vogue, and now she's a new host on The Talk. But she just mirrored my life growing up, wanting to be in entertainment. And I love that book. Okay.
Favorite vacation spot?
Do I have to have been there?
No.
I want to go to Greece. That's my dream place right now.
Okay, Greece. All right, I got you. Let's see. I had one pattern just specifically for you for the favorite time of the day for physical romance, for lovemaking.
Nighttime. That's normal.
Okay, that's fine. And favorite all-time TV show?
I'm gonna say Different World.
Okay, all right.
That's my show.
Cool. And with that answer, Pierrea Javon, you are now off the Romantic Funny Man's love seat. I really appreciate. Yeah, go ahead and dance, girl. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for all of the information that you gave to the folks about the. One more time, let's get all that information in again. Tell them the location, time, the place of the Black Excellence Festival.
The Black Excellence Festival is going down on Juneteenth, which is June 18th and 19th, 2021 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And you can go to thebefestival.com for more information on becoming a vendor, attending the festival, entering your film into the showcase. And you can also make sure y'all follow them on Instagram at _B_festival. And you can follow me as well at Can We Take a Minute? And that's MIN on Instagram, on Facebook.
I got you. Now, one last favor. Please give the people in a minute some positive advice in general.
Okay, we are wrapping up the end of the year. And I think that one of the biggest takeaways from this year is all the small joys that there are in the world. A lot of things were taken away from us. A lot of people lost a lot of things, like things unimaginable, people, family members, jobs, homes. I think this year was a year to smell the roses and see the small things. For me personally, I'm not an outside person. When I go to a restaurant, I never want to eat outside. Now I'm eating outside in December, and it's lovely. It's a thing to get out the house to go do it with my husband, and it became a small joy that I never would have valued in 2019. And I want us to carry that energy into 2021 and still look for the small things and the small joys, because it's not going to click a switch in 2021. Everything's going to be normal. So we're still going to have to ease into normalcy, but keep that mindset of being appreciative and being grateful and taking time for yourself and spending time with your family. Because if we haven't learned anything else this year, is that, time is precious and life is for the living.
You got it. You got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that wonderful message. You can come back anytime, and chat it up, and tell your husband the next time, let us know. We'll have him sit down first, but I'm not going to edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out. So he will be seen by all of the folks that see this show. But we appreciate you made this very interesting, and you're a very, very, very nice person. Appreciate your energy and personality. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime. So, guys, that's it. Thank you, Facebook and YouTube, for tuning in and the support. As I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And please, we know something's going on out there. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Social distance. All right? So from Lula Mae and Cornelius' baby boy, I'm Shawn Cornelius, the romantic funny man, saying good night. God bless you. Catch you around the corner on the next episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Good night, Pierre.
Bye.